lovey-dovey. I'm your brother. All that other.
What's good with you? What's good, my nation? I am back and hungrier than ever. Sorry, this is my dog, and she's low-key doing the most right now, so, say hi. So, today, obviously, as you can see by the title, I am doing a story time. This story time is going to take place in my 8th grade. Basically, this story is about an altercation that took place. Okay, so at this time, I was in school, and this is like towards the end of the year of 8th grade. So I was in school, and I have this group of people that I hang out with that I'm gonna go ahead and say their names because those are still my ride or dies. Okay, so I would always hang out every day with Aaron, Ronniy, Ashley, and Shantae. So we were just hanging out. And we were sitting like at this little brick, because every single day we get lunch, we always sit in the same area, and it's like this little brick wall that's not really meant to be sat on, but we clean up our mess. The only time people can't sit there is if they don't clean up their mess, and we clean up our mess. So we were sitting there, and we were eating. Every day I eat the same thing, which is kind of unhealthy. Either I don't eat or I eat a burrito. But that's not So we were sitting there, and there's this group of boys. I'm not even gonna say names. Because I don't really mess with half of these people anymore anyways. But yeah, they came up, right? And one of them stood behind Shantae, and he had a yogurt. So he had his spoon. He was like, you dare me? She was like, do it and see what happens. So he was like, I bet. So at first he was just playing because he barely did it, but at the same time the yogurt still fell off. So he, instead of flicking it at her, he was like, because he was trying to just play. But the yogurt fell off into her hair, right? And we were just getting I was like, bro, and then I pushed him off, and then I started getting at her hair, and she was looking getting mad, but at the same time she was laughing because she crazy like that. So she was like, okay, you know what, you play too much for real. And then basically the boys started playing too much, right? And we all had water, because you get water for lunch, so we were opening our water bottles, and they were we were all arguing with one person. I was arguing with everybody because I was like, all right, okay, everybody needs to calm down, blah, 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 blah. You sit down, you sit down, you sit down. You guys can leave. And they wouldn't leave. So what ended up happening was, this dude threw water. Next thing you know, water was flying everywhere. So I was like, okay, bro, y'all need to calm down. Okay, so I said, okay, bye. And then, the principal and the counselor was spectating, because they love to do that. So they were looking, and then they came over and was like, okay, I don't know why you guys are throwing water, but they basically told us to stop. So we were like, okay, we're done with our food anyways. So we head over to the blacktops, which is where everybody plays basketball, and there's this huge area, so we headed out to the huge area to talk about what just happened. We were actually mad though, because we were trying to enjoy lunch, and next thing you know, but there were during the water fight, there's a whole bunch of people spectating, and somebody threw water at me, so I threw water back. So I had to, I wasn't finna let that slide. When we were heading to the blacktops, they love to follow us. It honestly, that group of boys, they just love to bother us. They love to get on our nerves all the time. Anyway, so they followed us to the blacktops, and I was like, at first they were trying to be subtle about it, and they started creeping over, and I was like, okay, so they're planning something, and I'm really about to beat somebody. So we were sitting there, we were like, okay, what are they doing, bro? And so we kept shifting over because they kept shifting over, and we were like, okay, I'm not finna do this with y'all. And so next thing you know, one of them communicates with us in a disrespectful way. So I had to step in. Honestly, I don't let people talk to my friends any type of way. People just really need to learn how to be respectful. So I was like, bro, I don't know who you're talking to, but you need to cut it out. He was like, I wasn't even talking to you. I said, you don't have to be talking to me, buddy. You don't have to be talking to me. you're talking to my group of people right here. You're talking to the people I hang out with every day. You're talking to my best friends. You're talking to my ride or dies. So I suggest you stop talking. And then he was like, that's why, blah, 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 blah. And you know, they had to say something about somebody's acne. So I was like, okay, this is not gonna go anywhere. And then so we argued for some time until she always does this, and I just, if the boys, if you see this, I just want you to know I'm sorry about that. Anyways, so she basically started bringing up people's moms, and I was like, okay, I can't defend you no more. You need to chill out. I would probably slap the crap out of you if you were talking about my mom. They were like, you ugly. She said, I'm not the ugly one who had you, referring to their mom. So I was like, buddy. She was really mad, so I was like, okay, look, I don't know how to take this right now, but you gonna have to chill out on the moms, buddy. They were like, don't kill you. I was like, I was actually getting like heated. So I was like, bro, all of you need to get out of everybody's face here, because nobody asked you to come over here. Nobody asked you to start problems. Nobody asked you to start throwing water at people. Nobody asked you to start putting the yogurt in people's hair. So I started getting mad. And like, when I'm mad, like, I don't know how to say this, but when I'm mad, I black out. I don't remember anything I say. I just like turn into a whole different person. And then I start yelling. And then I start saying things. And then later on, I don't even remember. Like one time, this kid, he took my money. And I was like, yo, take my money. And he spent it in my face. So I was like, okay. Bet. So I slapped the crap out of him. And to this day, I still feel bad. But I slapped right in his ear, because I was behind him. But still, like, I don't, like, honestly, it wasn't even like a thought process. It wasn't even like, okay, yeah, I'm about to slap this kid. Because, like, I was just mad. So, yeah, we started arguing and stuff, and everybody was like, okay, blah, 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 blah. Then one of the security guards came over, the main security guard. So, the security guard came over and was like, everybody calm down. And then the bell rang. And you know those guys, they did, bro. They ran fast because they knew that they were in the wrong. They knew that they were the reason that this started. So then they started leaving. And I was like, okay, so y'all just gonna sit here and frame it. So I walked away. I was like, I'm not finna be late to class for some bull crap. I'm not finna be late to class. So I started walking fast. Me and my friend, Shantae, started walking because we walked the same way after lunch. So when we were walking, like, I was super mad. And so was she. She was mad because, you know, first of all, her hair, now she has to go wash her hair. And then all of this was unnecessary, to be honest. So she started walking fast. And then I started walking fast. And then we were like, we were like, actually, I don't want to go to class. So yeah, we were walking back to the class. And then, so then she's in counsel, I don't even know. So yeah, she was like, what's wrong with y'all? Because we talked to her on a daily basis. And then we were like, so what just happened was, so we explained the story. And during explaining the story, the bell rang, which means we were late to class. While we were explaining the story, she had a walkie-talkie on her. So my math teacher was like, if you see Ronniy Hughes, she's skipping class. I said, hold on, bro. I don't have time for this, Mrs. K. I don't have time for this right now. I'm trying to deal with other problems. I was so mad. I was like, you know dang well I don't skip class. Even though I hate your class so much, I don't skip class. That's beside the point. So I was like, I looked at her and I was like, give me your walkie-talkie. I was really about to be like, first of all, but everybody would have heard that because everybody has a walkie-talkie. Everybody, like, all the staff. Okay, so she said if I was too upset that I didn't have to go to class because when I go to that class, that teacher really be irking on my nerves, being disrespectful, always saying some dumb stuff to me, always being like, well, she's bipolar, bro. No, honestly, she's like, I don't know. First of all, she's always like, oh yeah, I love having you in my class, blah, 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 blah. Every time I go to her class, she always has something smart to say. Like, if I ask a question, she'd be like, duh, like, trying to make me seem stupid. I was like, okay, you always say that you don't want people to feel bad when they ask a question. You want people to ask questions openly. But when I ask a question, you want to talk about oh, you should have known that because I just said that. And half of the time, she didn't just say it. Like, she'd be like, ask a classmate, ask someone at your table. Now, I want to ask you because people at my table don't know either. Is that a problem? She was like, okay, you can go ahead and sit in ACP if you're upset. Me and Shantae. So when we went to the ACP and we were sitting there, and then the ACP person was trying to make me mad. So I was like, I'ma just go to class before I kill somebody. So yeah, I went to class, and then it was just a long period. Everybody was like, what's wrong? And I was like, sweetie, you don't even know. So yeah, that was my story time. I hope you enjoyed. I will do some more. I feel like I can't give that many details, but I do talk a lot, so at the same time it makes up for everything. That's all for today's video, and I will be back with more story times, more challenges, more everything. Thank you for bearing with me through this video, and remember, open love always. Peace out. Dang. Why are you so excited right now? Nah, get off my lap. Anyways, so yeah, so the end.
There's no mistaking